Hello, everybody. Welcome to the English Matters grammar lesson for each one of us. Today, I'm going to tell you the difference between in spite of and despite. Now, before I begin with the lesson, if you happen to visit my channel for the first time, please subscribe it and press on the bell icon so that you get the regular updates of all the lessons I keep uploading on my channel on a regular basis. So let's get started. Now, when we talk about in spite of or despite, if you ask me the difference, there's no difference. Okay? But only thing is that in spite of is informal, less formal rather, and despite is very formal. And when it comes to use in writing, we stick with despite a lot. Okay? And this also brings contrasting ideas in the sentence. The way when we learned a lesson based on though, although, and even though, correct? So the way we used to have the contrasting ideas in the sentence, similar fashion we create contrasting ideas by using in spite of or despite in a sentence. Now, when we use in spite of or despite, either we need to go ahead with the selection of noun or having or being. So it will be either in spite of, say, in spite of car, or in spite of having a car, or in spite of being a lawyer. So this is how you choose to stick with. It depends on what are you going to express through your sentences. Let's learn it one by one with few examples. Look at this. In spite of rain, he went to watch the movie. Now I'm telling you that though it was raining, he went out to watch the movie. Isn't it a contrasting ideas? It was raining, then you should have stopped and shouldn't have gone out, but still you chose to go out. So there's a contrasting idea between rain and going out, rain and went out. So that's how the contrasting ideas are being created or being expressed rather. So in spite of rain, we put a comma after the first clause and then the independent clause comes in. He went to watch the movie. You can replace in spite of by using despite. You can say despite rain, he went to watch the movie. Very simple. Or there is a provision to interchange also. You can start it with the independent clause. You can say he went to watch the movie in spite of rain. He went to watch the movie despite rain. So you can see there's no difference when we use in spite of or despite. Only thing, we must not use of with despite. In spite will always followed by of. So that's the main difference. Let's go ahead with this particular example. In spite of having a car, he travels by metro rail. What do we mean by saying having a car? It means I'm talking about the person is owning something. He has got a car. So when you own something, you're talking about that there's something which is with you. You own it. We prefer using having. Okay. So we say in spite of having a car, he travels by metro rail. We put a comma right after the first clause, that is dependent clause. We can replace it. Despite having a car, he travels by metro rail. Do you see the use? Let's interchange the place. We can start with the independent clause. He travels by metro rail in spite of having a car. He travels by metro rail despite having a car. There's no off with despite, right? Quickly, with this particular sentence, in spite of it being costly, I bought it. Now, when do we use being? Like when you're talking about a person or the character of the person. Okay? So we say in spite of being a lawyer, in spite of being a famous businessman. So this is how you use being. I've used in spite of it, maybe something, maybe a pen. In spite of the pen being costly, I bought it. In spite of it being costly, I bought it. So you're talking about the characteristics of the particular thing or a person. You're not talking about the person is owning something. So you're talking about, when talking about the person itself, his characteristics or his quality, you use being. Okay, or maybe some kind of profession. So despite it being costly, I bought it. Contrasting ideas. Costly, you shouldn't have bought it. How does the contrast being created? You bought it. So costly and buying, they are contrast to each other, because the word costly is asking you, oh, don't go, don't buy it, but still you went beyond, you went opposite and you bought it. So that's how in spite of or despite creates contrast. They create contrast in the expression or in the given sentences. So you can interchange also. You can say I bought it in spite of it being costly, I bought it despite it being costly. So I hope this lesson helps you to understand the concepts based on in spite of or despite. If you have any question, do ask it in the comment section below. I'll get back to you with a new lesson very soon. Until then, keep learning, take care, have a great day. Bye bye.